welcome to this bite-sized committee training. Today I will be showing you how to use the finance module. So if you go on the Union website, in-depth website here, and click the little login button in the top corner, you will be using this button, and then you will be logging in with your university credentials, so your email and password, same as you do for anything related to the university. I'm not a student, so I need to use this button, but otherwise everything else I do will be the same. So you'll have this little admin thing in the top corner. Again, edit is me, not you. I have a bunch of things that you don't have, but down here you'll have Aberystwyth University Students' Union, and then you'll have any clubs and societies you're a member of. I'm a member of Fight Club today, as an example. I picked a group at random. So you get here, committee members will have some more things, such as like the sales reports and website and stuff like that, which regular members won't have, but regular members will also have this button for finance requests. So you get to a page that will look like this, and you can create a new purchase order. Purchase orders are only used if a company that you're working with has requested a purchase order or a PO from you. If you want to buy something online, please use the purchase request form, which you can find on the Team Aber Resource Hub and not here on the finance module. But what I'm going to be showing you today is payment requests. So click New Payment Request. The default that comes up is a reimbursement payable to requester. So this is for you to request money back from the club or society if you've bought something. Under payment method, please select backs, because that allows you to fill in your bank details. If you are reclaiming money under £20, we will usually ask you to come pick up cash, but we use the bank details as an extra verification that you are the same person. This is especially important if you have a common name, but even if you have an uncommon name, we're a fairly large university, you never know. But also, if you have a lot of smaller requests and we get above £20, we'll want to do that as a bank transfer, but we can only do that if every single request in that history has your bank details on it. So please put your bank details on it, even if it's going to be cash. If you don't have a UK bank account, because this is these are formatted specifically for UK bank accounts, if you don't have a UK bank account, you can use cash, and then down here in the item description or the reason, just write no UK bank account. That's absolutely fine. When you do payable to requester, it doesn't have an option for name because we'll see the name on your account. If the name on your university account, which will usually be your preferred name, is different from the name on your bank account for any reason at all, please email finance on sufstaff@aber.ac.uk and let us know what the name on your bank account is. This will only be used for bank transfers. All communication will be done using your preferred name. But if we put the wrong name down, the bank will flag it. So we do need to know what the name on your bank account is. So if it's not for yourself, but if you're requesting on behalf of another student, then you select this, and there you can put name, contact email, telephone number, and again, bank details. For name, again, please put the name on the bank account. If you put the name on the bank account, that will be seen by more people. This request after this will go to the president and treasurer, unless one of them has filled it in, and it will go to the opportunities coordinators to approve it. If you don't want them to see it for whatever reason, or you don't want to tell the person doing the request for you what the name on your bank account is, it's absolutely fine. They can fill out your preferred name. Again, just please send us an email in finance so we can make sure the name matches. For this, it says contact email / telephone number. Please put an email down. And please, when it's another student, use the aber.ac.uk email. It just makes everything so much easier for us. If it's not a student, you can use third party. It has exactly the same details, but on this, we wouldn't expect this to be an @abo.ac.uk email. Everything sort of below here is the same no matter what, so I'll go through that when I do an invoice. You can also use this to request a float or an advance. This I would prefer if you always do as payable to requester. This will usually, but not always, be cash. So this is if you need to take cash out for an event, if you want a cash float for something, or if you, let's say you're doing your end of year meal and the photographer has asked to be paid in cash on the day, but you don't want to take that cash out of your personal bank account and then reclaim it. You can do that through here, and you can come to reception and we'll give you cash, but we do need to have all of this approved first. This is also, if there is, for whatever reason, something that we can't pay for you. This is, for example, if you are using a website to buy something that only accepts PayPal. The union doesn't have PayPal. We can't pay with PayPal for you. You can use Bax. You can get the money in advance so that you're not out of money beforehand. If it's a lot of money, totally understandable that you don't want to pay that and then have to wait. Even if it's only a couple of days, we can rush requests, but Bax payments do take 3 working days, so that is the absolute fastest we can do it. So if you don't want to be out of money for that long, you can do this. The type of request that I'm going to go over the most is the pay supplier option. This will only be payable to third party, and the payment method will always be Bax. This is for if you're paying a company who have sent you an invoice. So you fill out the details, payee name, the name of the company. So we'll say Indep Aberystwyth. You'll never need to pay us using this because we manage your account, and if you need to pay us, we'll just do that internally, but we'll put it in anyway. Contact email / telephone number. Again, please use an email because people aren't always available via phone. But if and then they'll call back at a time where I'm not at my desk. It's just a lot easier to use email, so please use email whenever possible. And then you fill in bank details. It puts the little hyphens in automatically. So bank account. Obviously, this is not a real bank account. But here we go. Item description. Let's say you are a sports club and you need new game day balls. That's a fairly normal one. Reason, this can be old balls are no longer fit for purpose. This is also where you'll put down if you are using your termly grant. So please, if you're using your termly grant, please put in this box grant. Then you put in the amount. Under account, if you're in multiple groups, there will be several here. This is another way of picking which group you're in, other than earlier on the website. Again, I'm only in one at the moment because I'm not actually a student. Then you can select files. I'll sort of just drag and drop here. Sample invoice. This will be the invoice. Ideally, most invoices will be PDFs or maybe Word documents, both of which are fine. Especially if you're uploading a picture you've taken of a paper, like receipt or something for reimbursement. Please either save it as a PDF or as a very generic file type, such as JPG or PNG. There are some file types that my computer just can't read. This is especially, there's a file type called .heic, which is, I believe, when you are using AirDrop from an iPhone to a Mac. My computer can't read those files, and if that is the only file type available, I will have to refer the request and ask you for a new file. So please, if you're unsure of the file type, just save it as a PDF, because a PDF will work on every device. So do that, and then upload. Is if you've got the wrong one, remove. Done. That's there now. And then you can add an item. So then it'll show you this is what the request looks like at the end for created. And you can add an item, and then item description, reason, amount, account, again, will always be the same one. Files, I'll cancel that. Then save any changes, submit. You have to click submit, otherwise it will continue to exist as a draft like it does here. You can cancel if you realize actually this is completely wrong, and also here edit this. So any of that do here, and then once you submit it, it will go to the president and treasurer, which means if you are doing a reimbursement, if you are the president or the treasurer, please do it yourself, submit it yourself, and do payable to requester. Do not have someone else submit it so that you can approve it. We see a lot of treasurers do this. The president can also approve requests. That is why there's two of you who can approve it. You cannot approve your own request. If you don't have a president or a treasurer at the moment for whatever reason, if they've stepped down, dropped out of university, whatever it is, please email your relevant coordinator on SU societies or SU clubs at aber.ac.uk. They can give temporary permissions to, for example, your secretary or your vice president until you can run a by-election so that you can still reclaim money. But you cannot approve your own requests. I'm going to click cancel request here because obviously this is not a real request. But normally you would click submit. But that is how the finance module works. If you need to email us for whatever reason about the request, check this number up here and always tell us which group you're with. That just really helps us find the correct request a lot quicker, which means we can answer your questions a lot quicker. I think that's everything. And keep in mind that you'll need to check back on the finance module occasion, because if your committee, if opportunities, or if finance ever refers the request back to you, it'll show on the request. You can see here it says draft, because that is the status it's in right now. It will say referred. You can then edit it, and you can then change whatever we've asked you to change. You can do it correctly. Thank you very much.